The world's multinational corporations are more likely to pay bribes today than they were a few years ago. Bribery is the act of taking or receiving something with the intention of influencing the recipient in some way favorable to the party providing the bribe. In this short presentation video, we will discuss about the bribery and corruption in Indonesia. The content will be about the location of Indonesia, the business practices, perception of bribery and corruption, bribery index, and situation in hospitality in Indonesia. So, first of all, Indonesia is located between the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. There are around 13,000 islands in Indonesia. The population of Indonesia is more than 200 million people as of July 2014. Indonesia population is equivalent to 3.49% of the total world population. Indonesia, with its 13,000 islands and hundreds of different ethnic groups, is a vast collection of different peoples and cultures. Thus, you must always know who you are dealing with. However, Javanese culture has long dominated the archipelago and is the standard for Indonesian business culture today.
The three common business practices in Indonesia: nepotism, respect, and elastic time. Indonesian has a habit in one of their business practices where they will have special attention towards their relatives. This is known to be called nepotism. When a person is in a high position, let's say manager, he or she could easily find a place for their relatives that will often let them skip job interviews and has an almost guaranteed acceptance. Moreover, salary-wise would be in some cases be higher than the average salary for the certain position, and this is definitely unfair towards the other people in the department as they are not treated equally. Indonesians will often treat their superiors with very good respect. Too good, in fact, that they would have an imprint stuck to their heads their superiors are still superiors even outside of their working place. They will not view their superiors as someone they know, but as their superior. There is no negative way to view this, as respect is something someone should be proud of, but it might be seen unusual for other countries to see how much we respect our superiors. When meeting starts at 7, most Indonesians will arrive 15 to 30 minutes late and will not be a big problem here. We are not too concerned about our punctuality, and arriving late will already be in our expectations towards each other. The downside about this is that it has become a habit to most of the people here, and we make ourselves look bad and look down to towards other countries that are very concerned towards their punctuality.
Indonesia's business environment suffers from widespread political corruption and weak enforcement of anti-corruption legislation. Business operations are often restricted by corrupt judiciary. Foreign investors fear to extend their business to Indonesian market due to its extensive bribery in public services. Public officials often exploit ambiguous legislations to extort informal payments and bribes from companies in process of registering a business, filing tax reports, or obtaining permits and licenses. To minimize corruption and strengthen legislation, a law on eradication of criminal acts of corruption is enforced that criminalizes major acts of corruption, including active and passive bribery, abuse of office, and extortion.
The definition of corruption perception index is that it measures the perceived level of public sector corruption worldwide based on expert opinions from around the world. As we can see in the graph, the corruption perception index of Indonesia is below OECD average. Corruption is a recognized problem in Indonesia. With this in mind, it declined their economic effectiveness and potential as well as decreasing the government trust to their people. According to the 2013 World Gallup poll, 88% of these citizens feel corruption is widespread in government. However, after the Corruption Eradication Commission is established, there is an improvement of citizens' thought. This department focuses on tracking corruption within the countries and hopefully could help Indonesia to reduce their corruption case. So far, there have been several high-profile cases that have been found and dealt with.
Let us look at the Bribe Payers Index of Indonesia. Bribe Payer Index, also known as BPI, measures the likelihood of firms from 28 of the world's leading economies to engage in bribery. Indonesia has scored 7.1 out of 10. A high score indicates that the companies from these firms are perceived as unlikely to engage in bribery. Indonesia stands at 4th place in BPI rank out of 28 economies.
When talking about bribery and corruption in hospitality, it is hard to make a generalization because, as we know, a lot of people are traveling and this for different reasons. So we've decided to take some examples and look at what their impact can be on the industry. First of all, we have a lady who travels to Jakarta because she has meetings there in a hotel, and it is about her parking situation where she normally has to pay 13,000 rupiah, but this time, after 6 months, she had to pay 15,000, and as she always asks for a receipt, she got the initial price there. So clearly these 2,000 don't go to the hotel, and as she rightly states, this is a bad attitude, and even though the hotel might not know about it, it is vital that they check this because it means a bad reputation. For our second example, we have a gentleman, a tourist, who went to this beautiful place. It is called Borobudur, and it is a temple where tourists can go and see the sunset. So normally they can enter the premise at 6 a.m. He wanted to go in earlier, and in order to do so, he just bribed the guards, as he says here really nicely. And he calls it a win-win situation because no one got harmed, and in a way he's right. So there are tourists who actually know how to make bribery and corruption work for them. We have a third and last example about a lady who loves to go to Bali, as she says here, but they've been stopped several times by the police for not wearing helmets, and you could say they got threatened that they either pay the fine now or go to court. And of course, a lot of tourists do not know the law in different countries, or the people in those countries don't adhere to the law, so it's easy to make money this way. And here we have another example of a Dutch tourist who actually had the same situation. He was stopped for not wearing a helmet, and we will be able to see in a little while what's going to happen in the police office. And even though there are measures undertaken currently to turn the situation of corruption and bribery around in Indonesia, situations as the ones we've just looked at and the one we're gonna look at are unfortunately still quite frequent.
Then please, I tell you what you mistake, okay? What's you wrong?
Helmet.
Yes, take the main road.
Oh.
Number 2, can you show me license? Driving license? Oh, forget in the hotel, in the villa.
You guess my thoughts. So what's the...
I give you ticket now.
Yes?
You find in the court justice then pasar. In the court justice
In the
then.
court?
Yeah.
I don't want to go to court.
If you find the court justice, 1,250,000.
Whoa.
If you pay here, I give you 250, 200 for you. It's good for you.
200, that's like $20?
Yes, maybe $20.
Then I don't have to go to court.
No go to court. Finish
I
here.
just give it to you.
My here.
So I pay you 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes, okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Van der Spek. You finish here. No problem again for today.
I will get my helmet, okay?
No problem for today. No problem. You go anywhere. This
No
my-
helmet.
No helmet. Tomorrow, remember, helmet. Okay, for today, you know a problem. You can go anywhere in my area. Okay,
And you won't find me.
fine.
Okay.
No stop you again. Today,
Today I don't have to pay that anymore.
no
Okay.
buy anymore again. Tomorrow, remember, helmet.
Problem, okay.
I'm sorry, boss. Where are you going now?
Back to the hotel.
Why in the hotel?
I want I want a beer and an air conditioning.
The beer?
Yes.
With me? Drink beer here?
You want to drink beer here?
Here, okay? Come on with me. This your money. I pay 100 to beer.
Yes.
100 for my government, okay? I'm sorry, Mr. Van der Spek.
Only one is enough.
You only one?
I have to drive.
No problem.
You're from the police.
Have you problem? You can call me here.
Okay, okay.
Mane. I'm sorry. With my
Watch
co-
out, eh? Well,
Please.
yes. How much money do you make out of this?
Today?
Yes?
Only 3?
Yes?
You 200?
I'm the best one, eh?
No. This one?
I'm a good one.
Yeah, you good number 2.
Yeah.
Number 1, 300.
Yes?
Number 2, you.
Yes?
Number 3, 100.
Okay.